Sampson of Big Dog Adventures, and I've been asked a whole lot to go over my riding and my packing gear, and I've never done that. I've needed to do this a long time ago, to go over just how I pack up my bike, and this is going to be for people that have gotten very well versed at packing extremely light, and I say extremely light, but still having what you need. It's going to be eliminating maybe a lot of stuff that you carry with you that you don't need. And I'll probably touch on stuff that you don't need. But I want to start off. Here's my bike. I just got through the 2,500 mile trip packing full riding and camping and cooking gear for stuff that I needed for this ride, and I was prepared for freezing to 100-degree temperatures, rain, whatever the weather threw at me. I almost packed just identical as if when I went to Alaska. I'm going to go over what little bit of difference that I did for Alaska. And by the way, I see people all the time saying, how do you pack for a 2-day trip? How do you pack for a 6-month trip? The answer is there is zero, nada, no difference. Pack the same. I don't see the difference. I don't know why people think that. Packing extra clothes for several days is ridiculous. You don't need to do that. The only casual clothes that I pack at all is this, and I'll show you them, a real compact pair of sandals, a pair of pants that are extremely light, and the legs zip off of them. That's it. 2 items. If you're packing 6 t-shirts, 4 pairs of pants, you're never going to achieve this light packing system. Do not pack anything. Riding, casual, do not pack nothing that's cotton. Forget it. Leave it at home. So we'll go over my bike here in a little bit, but in the next part here, I'm going to show you what I was actually wearing. Now I'm going to go over what I was actually wearing on this ride, and there wasn't much of an option. A little bit of an option if the weather changed, cold or rain or whatever. But on my feet we have a pair of the City Adventure waterproof riding boots. I have a pair of these are 661 knee and shin guards. No matter what, I never take these off, no matter what. Never, they don't come off. A pair of synthetic riding socks. You can get by with having one of these, although I may have carried 2 on this trip, but one is really all you need. They're synthetic. You can wash them out in the creek or in a motel sink, dry them out, air dry them out. That's all you need. 1 pair of socks. These can serve as your casual socks too. This is all you need to carry. 1 pair of socks. Numero uno. Okay. I wear an Arai XD helmet with the face shield. There's lots of helmets out there that nowadays that have a face shield. If you're traveling, wearing goggles don't cut it because the rain will beat your nose off. So you need something with a shield goes down. I got my Pod 1 helmet camera attached. This goes in my shirt of my riding jacket. I've got a Climb pack here, which has got snacks in it, 100 ounces of water, toilet paper, beef jerky, stuff like that. That's about all I carry in that thing. I don't want anything heavy in there. The only thing that's heavy in there is the water. This is my first gear Kilimanjaro Air jacket. On this ride, this is what I wore. It's not waterproof. It's fully mesh. I rode probably 600 miles yesterday coming home from West Virginia to my house in Southern Illinois in 96-degree weather, and I wasn't uncomfortable. The liner is what's waterproof and warm. So this is a good jacket for hot riding in warm to hot weather, or even cool. It's not what I took to Alaska because it was much colder and it rained a lot. I took a jacket that was my Kilimanjaro jacket, which is waterproof on the outside and has a removable liner. That was a better choice for Alaska. That's what I took. But this is what I take for cool to warm to hot. Okay. This is the only thing you need to carry on your upper body. This is the only casual shirt you need to carry. One. Numero uno. It is synthetic. Buy any cheap brand synthetic riding jersey you care to buy. I've got this Klim. I like it. I rode for 2 weeks in some hot weather at times. Wore this as casual and riding. It's still, believe it or not, I didn't wash it and it's not stinking. Believe it or not. I don't know. I know I stink, but it don't stink. It's not been washed this whole trip. So all you need to carry is this. If you're carrying 6 shirts, forget about trying to travel light. You're never going to achieve it. Okay, pants. I carried 2 pants on this trip, and I'll tell you why. These are Climb Mojave pants. They're fully vented. They're not waterproof. I carried another pair of Climb Traverse Gore-Tex, which were waterproof if I needed to ride in the rain or if it got cold, and I took both. I really like having suspenders on them because it keeps them coming down. I wore the Traverse Gore-Tex pants to Alaska, and I did not bring these. Didn't need them because it was always cool or cold. It was always raining. So I did not need these when I went to Alaska. I didn't take them, didn't need them. Because it never, it got 85 degrees up Fairbanks, but that was okay with my Gore-Tex. I wear these padded riding shorts with a chamois, kind of like a bicyclist would wear. When I ride my bicycle, these would be great too. Just any brand of, they got pads in them. Some of them, I got one pair that's got hard pads on the side of them. Kind of a soft pad with a hard pad. But this is a good, I never ride without these. These are always, if I'm riding my motorcycle, these are on me. I don't not take them off. That pretty well covers what I had on my body for this ride. Now when I went to Alaska, if you watch Debbie is a cameraman. Would you get over there, Debbie, just a little bit? I'm worried about the wind messing with my camera. Now when I went to Alaska, this is what additional I took. I took some bear spray, which you can carry across the border. I took a LMF2 survival knife, which you can take across the border. I took a warm and safe heated vest, which I used. And I took a pair of warm and safe heated glove liners. And then I put over them, I had these pair of waterproof insulated gloves that went over my glove liners. I'm not too much of a fan of waterproof gloves. They just kind of don't work. They eventually you get water in, but it is kind of is what it is on waterproof gloves. I just don't think much of it. Hey Jojo, what are you doing? Come here, buddy. And, this guy's kind of handy long. Snuggle up in your sleeping bag at night, but my wife won't let me take him. So he has to stay at home, but he's my buddy. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to go into what's on my bike. Other than the gloves I wore, I might zoom in on these a little bit, Deb, if you can. These are just some really good protective Fox off-road gloves. They got Kevlar on the knuckles here. They're not waterproof or nothing. I think I wore these with my heated grips on going up Dead Horse, Alaska. I had my heated grips on. I think I hardly wore anything else going to Alaska. And if it's raining, I got my heated grips on. These are just fine. I hardly ever put another glove on. Anyway, that was my gloves. I did take another pair of leather gloves, which I never wore on this ride. I got a, in the front fender, right here, I've got a spare tube fender bag. I got a 21-inch tube in there, which I will use on the rear tire if I have to. On this really small bike, I don't carry a rear tube. a front tube will work just fine. Now, if you've got a great big adventure bike with a tube that big and fat, it's not a good idea to do this. This small bike, putting a front tube in the rear will get you by just fine. I carry patches too. Okay, got a Garmin 276 GPS, the GPS of choice. I'm sorry if you got something newer, it ain't worth the crap. Got hot grips. Got me a little roll chart here that I can ride on. Trying to keep this video down to 10 minutes, but I don't think I'm going to achieve that. I got my spot tracker in here. Let's go what's in my tank bag. I've got my digital camera. I've got a small little tripod you can buy anywhere. I've got a multi-tool, Leatherman multi-tool. I've got a razor knife, some paper towels to clean my glasses and goggles, a pressure gauge, some extra earplugs, some Sharpies. That's pretty much all I got in there. In my left tank pannier, I carry my camcorder, which my wife's got in her hand a lot, but I may move it to someplace more waterproof if it's raining. And this is my liner to my Kilimanjaro Air jacket. That's a waterproof bag. And I think I've got 2 or 3 flashlights on the bike. Here's a, don't use nothing but LED, forget them other things. And in this over here, I think I've got my toiletries, but nothing on my toiletries. If they get wet, there's nothing in there that'll hurt a thing if it gets wet. I've got a little waterproof thing. I carry some driver's license and all that kind of thing in here, and some money. I've also got some extra batteries down in there. Carry a mountain bike pump. I do not carry an electric pump. Okay, that's in this right pannier. On top here, I've got my Dingleweeds tarp, which I use to cover my bike. And also I put it in front of my tent when I go camping. I just lay it down in front of my tent. I can throw all my stuff on it when I'm packing up and when I'm unpacking. Really handy. Got a Wolfman toolkit here. I'm not going to get into specific tools. Bikes are specific for each bike. Also got a small can of chain lube in here and some WD-40. I think that's all I got in here. Okay, my left Wolfman Expedition dry saddlebag. I got Mountain House meals in here. I got a pair of work gloves for changing tire, getting greasy. And I was talking about carrying an extra pair of pants. This is my Gore-Tex Traverse pants. This is what I wore to Alaska. They're Gore-Tex and waterproof. I love those suckers. It's something I've never carried with me before as a laptop, and I did on this trip. Didn't have to have it, but it's possible. You could surely eliminate this booger packing light. I thought I was going to be gone for a lot longer than I was, and that's kind of why I took it. Thought I might need to, mainly for my mapping software, I thought I might need to reload my GPS or something. Got a Gatorade in here. Got water bottle holders. Some people carry extra gasoline in here. I don't need to on this bike. Gets 70 miles a gallon. That's 270 miles. Now in here, all my camping gear is in here. Everything except my sleeping bag. Don't put your sleeping bag in here when you pack it up wet. When you pack up your tent and it's wet and damp, your sleeping bag get wet and damp. You do not want your sleeping bag wet and damp. Put it somewhere else. Here's some little small pair of sandals I was telling you. And I've got, I do have some synthetic, in case I was riding it's cold, synthetic long shorts in the top in case it got cold. It's completely synthetic in here. This is kind of my casual clothes bag. And I got my tent. On this trip I took a 25-degree down tip. When I went to Alaska I took a 0-degree Big Agnes. I think I took with me. I said tents. Did I say tent? This is a sleep bag. I don't know if I said tent. Okay, now we're going to get into my camping gear. So let's unpack this bad boy here. I'm going to get it off here and lay all this out, and then we'll go over that. Let me get it off. Okay, I'm now going to go over what was in my camping bag that was on the back of my bike. It is a, Debbie, if you would show on here, this is a Wolfman. I believe this is a small expedition roll top tail bag, 100% waterproof. I believe it's a small one. This is everything I had inside this for camping. Everything I had for camping was in that bag except my sleeping bag, which I went over that. I've got a little first aid kit. This is my camping chair. I call it the big burrito chair. If you're carrying a Kermit chair, which I used to have, you'll never achieve ultralight packing. Okay, I've got a headlight goes on your hat, you know, to see it camping. Everybody carries one of them. I've got insect repellent and waterproof matches in here. There's some fire starter stuff. Here's my tent, which is, see, it's pretty small. It's a Eureka Backcountry 2. I carried a REI. What did I carry? A Quarter Dome Plus when I went to Alaska. Much roomier with 2 vestibules. My tent poles, my ground cloth, my Big Agnes air pillow, my Big Agnes air mattress. If you're carrying a thermarest that's this big and that fat, you'll never achieve adventure riding compactness. Ain't gonna happen. Big Agnes, the way to go. In here I've got stuff that I do not, electronics, I do not want to get wet. Phone chargers, cell phone chargers, camcorder chargers, digital camera charger, things of that nature. There's another digital or LED flashlight. It's really cool. Guy got me this for my retirement. A guy that I don't even see much. Man, is that thing awesome. These are disposable wipes. Indispensable. You pull in the camp night and you can't take a shower. Indispensable to wipe off before you crawl in your sleeping bag and get all the your sweat off of you and stuff. A jet boil. My cooking system. It's 1 canister's inside here. I carry an extra sometimes. When I went to Alaska, I think I carried a couple. And in here I've got a little kind of a compact light my fire bowl. Got coffee here, spork, spoon, fork, knife. I got some breakfast oatmeal here. I got a collapsible bowl from REI, and there's another kind of bowl here. My other REI collapsible bowl is for hot coffee. Fell apart the minute I put a hot coffee in. But anyway, this is kind of a, I think I went over everything I was wanting to talk about. But that's a learning experience, no doubt about it. Maybe I'm sure I'm still learning. You know, nobody knows it all about this kind of thing, but I have achieved a level of packing and you know, where I'm carrying camping gear and cooking gear, a level of lightness I'm really happy with. There's another level beyond this, going extremely light. That's people are riding plated dirt bikes. That is another level of lightness beyond this. I haven't even really done that before, but I'm going to. But a lot of this stuff's going to go. I'll be riding my 450 EXC on that type of ride, and packing. That's going to be a learning experience for me. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I had a lot of people ask me to do this, and hope the wind didn't bother the camera too much outside. We brought this inside here to do this in my old radio shop right here. So thanks, Debbie, for doing the camcorder stuff. And come here, JoJo. Come here, little bitty. Come here. You want some photo credit? He gets mad sometimes, though. He gets mad. Oh, he gets mad. Yeah, ready for your check, huh? Alright. Alright, we'll put you down before you bite me. Alright. Hope that helps.